Hey folks, TNT Neon here, and this is going to be an open box on the EK Quantum Reaction AIO AMD Readon Edition. And I haven't seen any of the big computer guys on YouTube like Jay's 2 cents, and the other guy with the long hair. They do 20-minute videos, good videos. Both of y'all have good videos, by the way. So I decided, and I couldn't find nowhere that they're using this. I mean, it's a water block for a GPU, mainly the 6000 series, 6800 to 6900, 6800 to 6900, and with the AIO, which is a radiator / pump setup. So, I mean, it makes it easier for guys who want to water cool but scared to do custom water cool piping. So it's pretty much a radiator that comes with this is a 240, comes with the 2 fans, pre-filled, like any other AIO, but just for a graphics card. So let's start opening it up. This is a fresh open. Yeah. We're gonna open this book up. It has EK DRGB LED lighting and the EK Connect ready. So we're gonna open it up and see what's everything in the box. Nice protected foam. All right. We have the memory pads. You need a bunch of memory pads for the help cooling that go against the block. We have it came with its own thermal paste. Yeah, these were kind of memory thermal pads. Comes with its own thermal paste. Bunch of little tools in here, like a little wiring, and also it comes with its own little shield for where the HDMIs and the display port plugs in. So it comes with that. Like I said, it comes with its own thermal paste, which I have some thermal paste, so I'm gonna end up using the thermal paste I already got. Come with Allen keys, set of Allen keys. Some kind of special tool, looks like. We'll find out when we get to the directions. Also, we have some block offs. Come with some block offs. 2 block offs. Bunch of screws and washers that we're gonna need to put our graphics card into. More screws, plug. It comes with a 2-way plug splitter for the fans. Come with 2-way plug splitter for the fans. What else? RGB cable for lighting. We got some EK loop straps also, I guess, to tie the wiring and stuff up. All right, let's start pulling this joker out. Show you what. It's beautiful. All right, here go the block. And here goes, let's pull it all out. Set this down. It's a thick radiator. Yeah, I'm surprised the top PC guys haven't did a little review on this guy. But that's the water block for the GPU. It's pretty. It's not heavy, but it's pretty lightweight. But on the back side of it, trying to keep everything together. Back side of it, you got aluminum plate for the back side of the card. Let me do it this way. Radeon across the front, which is this is LED, so that'll be lit up. They already got blocks on it, so they give you extra blocks for. This is a pretty nice water block. Pretty nice indeed. All right, and we got pre-mounted fans for the radiator. These are also LED lit. We got the AMD symbol on the front of them, well, on the back side of them, because this right here is going to be pulling air in to blow into the case. Or if you mount it like this, yes, it'll be pulling, actually exhausting air if you mount it like this, and exhausting air if you mount it like this. Right here is the pump. You have the pump right here, which is on top of the radiator. That's the pump on this side of the radiator. That's a pretty thick radiator. Pretty thick indeed. And I want to say it's pre-filled. Yes, pre-filled. Is pretty full to the top. I can hear it just a little bit sloshing around. Yeah. So yes, it's pre-filled. You able to mount. Let me bring this guy over here. You able to mount. You'll be able to mount other fans on the back side of it, which I don't know if you can take. Yeah, these fans can be removed. So I'm gonna have it mounted in the front of my case, and I'm gonna set it up as a push pull. I'm gonna set it up as a push pull setup. Also, you have header plugs right here on the front of it. You have header plugs right here on the front of it. I guess if you want to run this to a SATA cable setup, which I don't see it in here. So I guess one of these plugs is for setting it up that way. But I'm gonna use the motherboard, so I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna plug it up, everything up to the motherboard. Because you can plug it up to this, run power to this, and that's what this cable is right here. And then you can run this right in here to a Molex cable, I think. Or on the directions, it had a SATA cable. But I know more when I get ready to put it in the setup tomorrow. But you have pump fan. You have the pump here. The pump is here, and this is fan 3, fan 2, and fan 1. The orientation of this thing. So they show you orientations. I don't know if y'all be able to see that or not. Probably not. Okay, there you go. So like these are the, here go the steps and stuff. But the options. But the way this thing can only be orientated certain areas in certain ways. So the first orientation, of course, everybody knows, is standing up. This part, this will be facing out towards the front of the case. Of course, the GPU, I'm gonna have mine vertical. So this is going to be the mount setup for it. And that's one way of doing it. All the ways it got to be. Then this is the other way of doing it, of course, mounting it at the top. You also can mount it on its side. You can also mount it upside down. So if you got it in the front, you can mount it. You can mount it this way also. So yeah, it's only two ways you can do it. You cannot mount it this way. You cannot mount it up this way. Cannot mount it that way. That's obvious. And you cannot mount it. You cannot mount it this way. So the pump got to be in order. The pump got to be up at all times. So this way is right, as long as this pump is up. As long as the pump is up. So yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be fun to do. And I'm gonna be vertical. I'm gonna be mine's vertical, which I have it already, my original setup vertical. Yeah, I'm gonna be mounting it vertical, pretty much. Because if I do it this way, all you can see is the plate and you won't be able to see the Radeon light. But this is pretty much about all I can say and do with this setup. I'm ready to try it out. It's a thick radiator. The dimensions. Let me see if they got. See if I can pull up this. This joker thick. It's a thick radiator. So maybe the case I got coming tomorrow will be able to use it, which it claims it can. It can use any thickness of radiator, but you ain't got the dimensions on it. It's pretty thick. Let me get the tape measure right quick. So it is without the fans, without going up against the fans, it's 1 inch and almost 3/4 thick. With the fan, the bottom side of the fan is right at 2 inches, right at 2 inches thick with the bottom side of the fan. So this is a thick big boy. And this right here look like it's like a regular pump that you use in a custom build. They just put it in the radiator. And it is 1 3/8 inches. So this is going to be 1 3/8 inches altogether. The height with the pump is 11 inches. 11 inches and 3/8 inches. So yeah, it's a pretty healthy pump. Pretty healthy AIO. I can't wait to install it. Alright folks, here is the finished build for the EK AIO Quantum water block AIO setup. So let's power it on. The case I have it in is the M660 by Cougar. The Cougar M60. 660 I meant. And there should be. So I'm scared of water cooling, basically by me doing my own, like running piping, bending, or getting tubes. I don't want that chance of leak, which I know there's a chance of leaking for AIOs. but I couldn't turn down this great deal. EK got a water block set up on a AIO. It's like $400 for it. So I'm running, I got it set up in push-pull, running 9 fans in this case. I got it set up as push-pull, and the exhaust for this radiator is here, the one at the top. So the MSI, I have it set up as pull, and technically I got the exhaust for that running right here in the rear to try to pull the heat out. And the fan down here that's added as an exhaust is also doing a cooling for the hard drives that's located in the bottom. So I got the glass sitting in there. So I'm gonna pause it, give me a minute, let me take the glass off. All right, let's take a look on the inside what we have with this build. All right, as you can see, I'm running the MSI Edge X570 board. I'm running Corsair Vengeance 3600 RAMs. The CPU I'm running, which is upgraded from a Ryzen 5 3600 to a Ryzen 7 3700X. I'm running link up braided cables, because y'all can see the MSI AIO. Like I said, I got it set up in push-pull. The AIO for EK set up in push-pull, so there you go, EK symbol. I have nothing in the memory in the back here. Excuse me. Everything set up on hard drive, 240 gig for solid state and 2 terabyte for my games for hard drive. Excuse me. These are cooling from last night. My last game I was playing was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the GPU junction spot got no hotter than 33 degrees, and that setting set on ultra, and the GPU is overclocked. This is the other part. I won't say the memory cooling, memory temp, I think, of the other, or it's some part of the other GPU, but I know that's the junction spot. My CPU is overclocked at, got it at 4.3, got it running at 4.3 hertz. Also, both of these, the GPU and the CPU, are undervoted. I undervoted the CPU because it was getting some crazy heat temps. I undervoted the CPU. It's sitting at 1.175. So, and it's stable running to 4.3. So it's working pretty good. And the temps I'm liking the temps. I forget the app for this, for what I'm using on this phone. But it's a phone I won't use it, the Note 8. So I figure I put it in there, read diagnostics on the PC. Also, the power supply I'm running is Gigabyte 850 watt. So it's doing a pretty good job. Don't you think so, Benji? Benji, don't you think it's doing a good job? So yeah, I think it's doing pretty good. Oh, for the fans I'm running all my fans, well, 6 of the fans, which the AIO for the EK and the AIO for the CPU, I got those running on the Commander Pro setup. Commander Pro controller. The 3 exhausts, I got them running off the motherboard. So, of course, anybody know that this motherboard has 4 motor ports at the bottom. You got a pump. You have the pump here and the CPU fan here, which I'm running. The CPU fan is operating the MSI pump because it's not PPM, it's not PMW. So 3-pin, it's good to run that. And besides, I can run either pump on it or the fan. And the EK AIO, the GPU, is running off the pump side of the board. Oh, that is also, I'm running the link up Ryzen cable Gen 4. So if y'all need a Gen 4 Ryzen cable to run vertical mounted graphics card, go to Amazon and link up. I have them. Same thing that run the lines is through link up. I think I'm gonna call this one Cool. I'm gonna call her Cool Blue because she running so cool. All right. Thank y'all for watching, and back to the video of the open box. So I guess I'm done talking about this thing. As I always say, God is good all the time. TNT out.